Pride itself is a double-edged sword always. Pride is one of the most essential ingredients. Pride is another word for, in actually Jewish wisdom, the word pride or proud is the word is an honor, really, is kavod. So that means a weightiness. It is healthy to have a weightiness about who one is, so there should be pride in oneself. There should be pride in one's family. There should be pride in one's tribe, pride in one's group, pride in one's country, pride in one's nation, pride in the world, pride in one's... But the problem with pride is pride actually has to be rooted in something good. Pride has to be rooted in something worthy of pride. Pride for pride's sake, in oneself, we call egocentricity. Look at that egocentric person. That's a person who's proud of themselves when they have no reason to be proud of themselves. Pride in an ethnic group or in a tribal group or pride in a creedal group or pride in one's own community that's not based in anything real, but that's pride for the sake of pride is what we call ethnocentricity. Ethnocentricity is a very dangerous, dangerous place to be. Because what happens when, for example, what happens when an egocentric person begins to their pride begins to be wounded because they begin to perceive that the pride's not based on anything, they lash out. They get angry. They protect themselves like a wounded tiger. Well, it turns out that when an ethnic group and a tribe begins to feel a level of pride that is disassociated from whether that pride is merited and earned, wherever that line is for that group becomes a very dangerous group. So I would say regarding Jewish pride now is Jews better be very careful at the moment. It turns out that for a good portion of the post-Holocaust era, for very understandable reasons, we focused on Jewish pride. Because to have been made worth 2/5 of a cent, to have 6 million Jews killed, to have 1 million children killed, and to have a world do very little, diminishes one's sense of self, both as individuals and the sense of self of group and people. And so the natural move for a healthy group is to reassert its pride in its very existence. But it turns out that at some point, pride in existence is not sufficient to make that pride worthy. And then pride becomes an arrogant, often racist, triumphant, self-righteous quality, which is unbecoming and undermines the very pride itself. But when that happens, when a people or a person begins to recognize, yikes, there's something off about my pride. I keep, kind of going yay, yay me, or yay, yay tribe. Pride, pride, pride becomes an important invitation, an important moment for a people or a person to say, what is it that I should be doing, that I can be doing, that makes my pride worthy, that makes it worthwhile for me, not to simply have pride of myself, but that other people would look in and say, for example, in the book of Deuteronomy, as Moses says, the people of Israel will act in such a way that the rest of the world will look in and say, Eza am chacham v'navon hagoy hagadol hazeh. What a wise and discerning people this is. Now it turns out, a people that can be looked at as wise and discerning, just like an individual who can be looked at by others as wise and discerning, as ethical, it turns out that individual and that people generate a pride that's solid, a pride that one can hold on to, a pride that can actually galvanize to even deeper ways of living in the world that produce that action. What a wise and discerning people.